On a quiet evening, she turned her back to me once more. The soft lamplight painted golden hues on the bedroom walls, but between us stretched a silence so thick it felt like a second presence. No words passed. No touch reached across the chilled sheets. Even the low hum of the air conditioner felt louder than the absence of affection. For 28 nights, she'd pulled away, blaming exhaustion, pressure, or simply saying she wasn't in the mood. Her phone, however, always buzzed to life after midnight, flashing nameless notifications that made her lips curve in quiet amusement. She'd sneak glances, and then slip it beneath her pillow, thinking I didn't notice. But I did. I noticed everything. That final night, I found the courage to ask, "Is something wrong with us?" Her answer came quick, polished, and void of feeling. "My body. My choice. You don't own me," she said, eyes never meeting mine. It wasn't her words that cut. It was the emptiness behind them, a hollowness colder than any argument. I didn't plead. I didn't raise my voice. I simply rose from our bed and drifted to the living room. There, I stood at the window, staring out at a sleepless city, its lights blinking like indifferent stars. I stayed there until the first gray whispers of dawn crept in. By noon, I'd submitted the divorce papers. No drama, no fight, just quiet resolution. The same kind of quiet she'd weaponized against me. She didn't see it coming. We weren't always shadows and cold bedsheets. I still remember our wedding day as if it's frozen in time. Her smile trembling with emotion under fairy lights. Her vows soft and shaking but full of promise. We were the couple people admired, envied even. We spoke in glances, laughed at things only we understood. I believed we were building something real. But the cracks began subtly. Her phone, once unlocked and left carelessly on the couch, became guarded, password protected, and always face down. Girls' nights out grew more frequent. Her returns later and later, cloaked in vague excuses and tired smiles. Her tone shifted too. No longer warm, but clipped, as if affection had become a burden. Once we shared everything. Now I was sharing her with someone else. I just didn't know who yet. I didn't accuse her. I didn't scream. I listened, not to her words, but to the silence between them. And in that silence, I began to unravel her carefully constructed lie. I turned to a friend, discreet, experienced, precise. A former investigator who knew how to uncover truth without making noise. The file he handed me felt heavier than paper should. Photos, hotel receipts, messages, and then *Him star. The man she claimed to have cut out of her life. A ghost from her past who'd smiled at our wedding, shaken my hand, toasted our love with feigned warmth. Their affair had begun long before I suspected, even during our honeymoon. I remembered the night she claimed to be sick, stayed back in our suite while I walked the beach alone. He had been just 2 doors down, stealing hours that belonged to me. I was the husband, the caretaker, the unknowing pillar holding up the house she used to slip away from. But I didn't explode. I planned. The divorce filing was step 1, swift, silent, irreversible. She received the papers in the middle of her dance class, surrounded by mirrors and eyes. Her mask cracked in an instant. The second step was financial. I traced every transaction, every stolen meal and hotel stay paid with our shared funds. My lawyer locked the accounts, assembled a dossier no judge could ignore. The final move wasn't rage. It was revelation. I sent the evidence, not to shame her, but to ensure no lies could shield her from consequence. Her mother, a proud, principled woman, called me that evening. She didn't speak. Just a breath. Then a soft, shattering sob. Her best friend messaged me, "You deserved better." She tried to paint herself as the victim. On social media, in whispers in court. Claimed I was cold, controlling. Claimed I left her because she asserted her independence. But the truth has a way of standing on its own. My lawyer showed the judge the picture. A candid snapshot of her on a hotel balcony, wrapped in a shawl, her ex-lover pressing a kiss to her shoulder. The judge didn't need to say a word. Our marriage was dissolved without contest. No alimony. No rights to my property. She left the courtroom smaller than I'd ever seen her. 4 months later, at a mutual friend's engagement, our paths crossed. She looked thinner, paler, like someone trying hard to appear whole. Her smile was tight, brittle. Her eyes searched mine with something that might have once been pride. now replaced by fear. I didn't think you'd come, she murmured. I sipped my drink, holding her gaze. I almost didn't. But then I realized. I enjoy seeing endings. She flinched. Her composure cracked. Do you think I deserve this? She asked, barely a whisper. I leaned in. Calm. Clear. I don't think. I know. And I walked away. They say vengeance is best served cold. I disagree. The best revenge is silence, clean, surgical, undeniable. No shouting, no spectacle. Just a steady withdrawal of affection, of support, of presence. She tried to erase me, to diminish me. In return, I gave her something far more haunting. A lifetime to remember who I really am. Now I sleep peacefully. Alone but whole. And she lives in the aftermath, surrounded by the echo of her own choices.